Hey guys, how are you? Just Brandon. Today I want to talk about something that I have had a lot of experience in. It is hiring and firing. Now, the older, more experienced version of Brendan has no problem in firing, but when I was younger and less experienced, I would hire someone based on face value, what they told me they could do, and take them off their word. They say hiring is guesswork and firing is knowing. So that's something, when I heard that, it made a lot of sense. If you make the mistake of hiring someone for the wrong position, or you find out later that they're not quite up to the task at hand, or they're making mistakes, or they're just not careful or due diligence with their work, you can give some warnings. You can try to get them upskilled. You can get extra people in to help them and train them. But you have to monitor that, because you cannot let it go for too long. If they're not getting with the program, maybe they don't want to learn, maybe they will take it personally, and it's a bad sign that they may or may not rebel against it, take it personal. There's nothing other to do, only to let them go, or move them into a different position that might suit them better if you have a position. I personally hired somebody that had claimed to be able to run an office and manage books for a small business. We were only, turning over anywhere between 500,000 and a million a month. Relatively small, nothing major. We had an accountant. All we needed was someone to just keep count month to month on our expenses and our income. So within the nearest 10 grand would have been okay. Just so you know how your cash flow's running. Now, with that not being up to date and not being accounted correctly, you will not know if there's a deficit. You will not know if you're due a million to come in, but your expenses are 1.2. So over a short amount of month, you can actually find your cash flow suffer. So I have had that situation. My other director, who for a long time before that wanted me to get rid of that person in that position. And unfortunately, I had made another mistake of where I had got too close to the person, became too friendly, and just did not want to have the hard conversation to let them go. I tried everything in my power to get an extra bookkeeper in to help educate them. They would always make excuses that the other person was no good, that they were fit to do it themselves. There was never really a problem. I took it at face value, and ultimately, by the time I realized that I was wrong, it was too late. So, two things that were majorly wrong. Number one, hiring is a bit of guesswork, that's okay. But as soon as there was alarm bells, I should have addressed it sooner, and made the cut when there was two different people that had told me to make the cut. But I believed that we could turn it around and we could upskill that person, because I felt that person was very loyal to me. But in hindsight, it was the wrong decision. So that's the first one. And then number two is, try not to mix business and pleasure. If your personal life is interacting with your business life, and you're becoming too friendly, or you're socializing with your staff, it makes it very personal then if you have to turn around and be a boss, and you've got to actually get rid of someone. Emotions are high, feelings can get hurt, and it can turn into a real ugly situation. So yeah, two things that I want you to learn from my mistakes. Hiring is guesswork, firing is knowing, and don't get too friendly with your staff. And you will be in a better position when it comes time that there's some difficult conversations to be had. So that is my opinion. Maybe somebody else has a different opinion, but I'm just speaking from my experience. It can really snowball into a big problem. So yeah, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and you don't have to deal with it. Thank you.